Then you're going to have a constructed response question that asks how the author uses language. I thought I would show you a model constructed response. And so we have a famous Emily Dickinson poem that you probably have read before, but it's called Because I Could Not Stop for Death. Now, I want to read my question first, and my question is, how does the author use language to develop her theme? So to think about the two essential elements of the prompt, I need to look for diddles, which is language, and I also need to say in my answer to the question what the theme is. And so thinking about that as I read this poem, let's see what elements of diddles we can find. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too, for his civility. So the first thing I want to look at is language. And so I'm going to try to open this up real quick. Yeah. For me, the thing that stands out is figurative language. Death. They capitalize death and they give it a gender. So for me, the language that I see is figurative language. More specifically, personification. So to elaborate on that, death is being personified. I can spell it. As what? What's he like? He's kind of a nice gentleman, right? I mean, it says that he's driving slowly. He's kindly stopping. So those could be in the details too. Kindly stopped. And then also, he is his civility. He's very civil. And so here I have the L and some details part of diddles. Now the only thing I haven't answered is the theme. So what is her theme? We're going to talk about theme tomorrow actually as our concept, but the theme is basically the moral of the story. And so I guess the overall theme for this is that we need not fear death, that death is inevitable, and that we should just embrace it almost and just not be afraid of dying because it's just part of life, and death is not a vicious murderer who's going to make our lives awful. He's a gentleman. And so I need to relay that in my RAPS response. So just, if I can click here, go back here. So if I'm going for RAPS, first thing I need to do is restate the question. So I'm going to say the author, or in this case, I want to say Dickinson because I know that Emily Dickinson wrote this. Dickinson uses figurative language and kind details to develop her theme that death is inevitable and not to be feared. I've restated my question. I've answered my question because I needed to answer what type of language is used and also what is the theme. And I've done that. Okay, so now I need some details. I've already planned that out. Dickinson personifies death as a kind gentleman. I can type. Kindly stopping. I guess I shouldn't put that in quotes. Kindly stopping to greet the speaker. He knows no haste, and he's also very civil. His civility. Whoops. You'll get to watch me have my typos in action here. Thus, creating a sense that people cannot determine when death will meet them, but that we need not fear death as it is inevitable and I need a good ending word. I wish y'all could help me out here. We'll just put kind. Okay. Maybe not the best constructed response in the world, but I mean, it answers all of our apps. It would get full credit. So that is something I wanted to show you, just kind of my thought process and how it didn't take long at all. I mean, I think I'm up to 5 minutes now, reading, planning, and writing a constructed response. So there you have it. And underneath this video, I would like for you to write 2 details that you would use to illustrate how language develops her theme. Maybe you disagree, maybe you just want to regurgitate and use mine, that's fine, because I'll know that you watched the video. Or perhaps you wanted to take it from a different angle. So let me know in the comment below.